Alright guys, here we are in part 2 of our video series here, and what we're talking about is how do we play guitar into our computer so that we can start experimenting with amps and cabinets and effects like chorus, digital delay, to start developing what we like as guitarists. Do you like compression? Do you not like compression? Do you like chorus? Do you like flanger? Do you like digital delay, reverb, these types of things? It's not possible now to go down to your local music store and grab a bunch of guitars and amps and effect pedals and put them together and figure out what you like, right? And these pedals cost $100 to $300, $700, and then there's cables and there's power plugs. So it's just kind of a mess. Well, fortunately, this can all be done on your computer now, online, or in your handheld device if you go that route. We're looking at the Windows laptop, so that's what we'll be doing in this video. You can get these free programs. We're going to look at 2 of them. There are several out there, but we're going to look at specifically a product called AmpliTube 5. I like it because the graphics in the program line up just like a floor pedal, your pedal board, and the effects that you might choose. So for me, it's very, very easy to relate to. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So the first thing we're going to do is search for AmpliTube Custom Shop. Custom Shop is the free version. They do have more features if you start paying money, but the free version is going to be just fine. This brings up the website. You can look at all this information if you want, but what we're looking for is the versions link. So here it is right here. We're going to click on versions, and then you can see the versions. You can see that it's $99 for the SE version. It goes up from there. We're looking at Custom Shop, the free one. So when you click the download, you're going to come here and get this product manager. Now the product manager is actually a program that installs so that you can install the other products that this company makes. So I'm skipping through the install because I'm skipping through the install. Once the product manager is installed, you'll need to make an account with the company. I already have one created, so I'm just going to log in, but you can see there's a create account button that you can use to create your own account, set up your password, and so we get logged in. And once the product manager comes up, then we click on Manage My Products, and there's a right here is Custom Shop, and this is the one we want to install first. So that goes through its install. So let's do that. Okay, now the install is running through. When it completes, it's probably going to want a reboot, which is fine. And so we'll go through all that. Okay, now I've rebooted the computer. I've got Custom Shop installed, and I've got the Product Manager installed. So we're going to run Custom Shop so you can see what it is. It's the store where you can purchase additional effects and amps or whatever you might want to add to the free version. So once it comes up, you can see down here it's got some amps that are set up, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it, so you can look around. But you do want to log this in, and this links it up to your account. You do not have to run this to run AmpliTube, but you do need this if you want to add extra effects. And they're not that expensive. It's like $3, $4 for some of the effects, so it's very reasonable. Alright, so but what we're concerned with the next thing is we want to run the product manager. So that was already installed, so we're going to run the product manager, and this is how we're going to actually install AmpliTube itself, the program. So it comes up, I go back to Manage My Products right here, and there's AmpliTube 5. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. So first thing we want to do, oh, and you can see that there's a bunch of different products that they sell here. So you can look through. Some of these are free, but we're looking at AmpliTube 5. So first thing we got to do is authorize it onto this computer. So over here to the right, we'll click Authorize, that doesn't take very long. And then we're going to go ahead and install the product. So again, it's another installer. It's fairly large, so this can take a while. So right there you can see it's 2.5 gigs. Alright, so we've done the download. Now we're going to run the installer. Now right at this point we choose our plugins. I settled in on VST3 plugins, and there's VST and there's different versions. I won't go into the details, but I always install just VST3, and then I'm just going to click next here, and we'll get the standalone product installed and the plugin installed. Now the plugin allows you to run this in your digital audio workstation. Alright, the install is completed, and we're in good shape. So now we can close up the product manager. We don't need it anymore for now. And we can close up the custom shop because we don't need that. And we'll find that AmpliTube is going to be down in the Windows Start button. And you can drag that onto your desktop if you want. Okay, for a quick demo now, once it fires up. This is a setting that I've made. So this is using a Marshall type head, and I've got digital delay turned on, which I like to use for leads. Let me turn it off. So that's the same setting without the digital delay. Now with it back on. So the delay gives a repeat and it just fattens things up a bit. Now if we come over to this section, it looks like the floorboard, your pedal board. We can choose from the free options over here on the right. You get all of the basics. So here's a flanger, so we can put on a little flange effect. You can turn it on and off here. The red light comes on just like on a real pedal board. So that's a subtle flange, but you can make it deeper. Let's change it over to chorus. So again, pretty subtle, but you can play with the knobs and change the settings or turn it off. Here's a 7-band equalizer. And then I can boost up the mid-range a little bit, just to give it a little bit of mid-tone clarity. There. Now looking at the head, like I said, this is a Marshall type head that comes for free. I can switch over here to a Fender type clean head. Little spring reverb. And then here's another version. Just a slight overdrive on this one. And then you can adjust it again with all the knobs. We'll switch back to the Marshall head. Gives it a little bit more grit. Now another section we have is a choice of our cabinets. I like the 4x12 British cabinet, the Marshall. And when you click on the cabinet, you can even position your microphones. You can double mic your cabinet with a condenser and with a SM57 was what I've chosen. You can change your room to change your ambience, the type of sound. Large studio. And this is a more dead room. Probably hard to hear over the YouTube video, but if you put your headphones on, you can really hear the difference in these settings. I set all of these settings up, and then I saved it, and I can always pull this bank back anytime I want, and I could make a completely different bank if I want. So that's the basic functionality of AmpliTube, and there's a lot more things in there that you can snoop around and check out, and it goes deep as you want. You can even start spending money on it if you want. So that's the net result, is being able to play with effects and sounds and discover new things. All right, this second program that we're going to look at, and again, there are other programs. They can get quite pricey. This second one is called Guitar Rig. It also has a free version. The free version is called Guitar Rig Player. And now it's a different company, but it's the same idea. You gotta download their installer, create an account, install their installer, and then the installer will install Guitar Rig Player. So let's take a look at that. We're going to search on Guitar Rig Player, and that will come up to Complete Native Instruments as the company, and we can go to the website, and then there's the free download link. So Complete Start is the downloader that you need to start doing all the downloading. And again, you got to create an account and log in and do all that stuff. Okay, once you have the installer installed, it's called Native Access, and you'll log in with your account, and then you won't have any products installed. So you click here, and then you can see they also have a lot of software programs that are available. Covers a wide variety of things. But what we're interested in, of course, is Guitar Rig 6 Player. So you click on that, and then the install button, and you start the install for the Guitar Rig 6 Player. And once the install has finished, you'll see that Guitar Rig 6 Player is installed on your computer. So you're done with this Native Access installer. And now we can run Guitar Rig 6 Player. So it takes a while for this to fire up the first time, but once it's installed, you can see the product. While it does the same thing as AmpliTube, you can see that it looks completely different. This is uses an interface that's based on an effects rack instead of a floor pedal. But you can see here, this has got a lot more stuff. The free version, it's loaded up with lots of effects. It's way more powerful. And to some degree, I think some of the sound is even better. But I like the floor pedal interface, especially if you get into a MIDI pedal. Do a Google search on MIDI pedal. That's pretty interesting. There's a number of MIDI pedals that you can connect in, and you can actually control the software with your feet, just like you would stomp boxes on the floor. And I think the interface into iRig, the AmpliTube, is way more powerful than this one from the research that I did. So if I were going to take this live, I would definitely use the AmpliTube, but they're both free, so why not load them both up and experiment and play with them and see what they do. So this is Guitar Rig 6, the free version, and you've got a choice of two, or install them both and have fun with it and start developing your sound and start finding out the effects and the things that you like that inspire you to be the guitarist that you want to be. Alrighty, this is cool stuff. Have fun with it.